Hello everyone, welcome to Souls in Separation for, I'm going to say, Wednesday, November 27th. I get mixed up on my days sometimes. It is what it is. All right, so we are going to be, it is a general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. It does generally apply to twin flames, but you don't have to be a twin flame. You can just have a deep soul connection. It doesn't have to have a label. But take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. It's not going to resonate with everyone. I do tend to channel more of the divine masculine energy for the divine feminines, but again, the energy is interchangeable, and you'll know it because you'll feel the connection. You'll feel whether things resonate with you or not, because you'll feel it versus trying to make it fit in. Sorry, I'm just trying to light my little incense here. I like the way it smells. You'll know because it there we go. You'll feel it versus trying to make it fit your situation, right? Instead of trying to make sense of it. All right, let's get started here. Okay. I'm just being guided to read every day for the collective because there are different people in different phases, so different information will come through every day for different groups in the collective. You can follow me at I'm on Instagram at Candy Wishman. The information is in the description box below. And if you're interested in any of these decks, I keep getting questions about what decks I use sometimes. Not these ones so much because they're pretty common amongst most readers, but the links are in the description box below also. All right, so we have anxiety here. This is the overall energy of the connection. And the interesting thing is, like, I'm starting to tell you, can hear my breath start to catch a little bit. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's just, I feel like there's always anxiety. I feel like the divine masculine energy right now has a lot of anxiety because things are shifting and changing beyond their control. And I feel that it's almost an anxiety of the unknown, even for the divine feminine energy, okay? So just to be mindful of that it makes it difficult to know whether it's yours or not, because it's so strong right now. So for those of you that are feeling anxiety but you're not sure why, feel into that and figure out if it's yours or if it belongs to the other person. All right, let's also get some energy of, like, the current energy between the two of you right now. What is the current energy between the two of you? Okay, so we got a couple here. Yeah, so okay. So here we've got the second chakra, so the sacral chakra, Archangel Ariel, and we have adjacent possibilities. What I think is really interesting about these, we have 2 9s here. We have cycles ending, but it also means like global issues, which translates to me as saying en masse, like there's masses of people in the collective experiencing these things. So the physical, the sexual, the passion, that energy is very strong right now between the two of you. But the adjacent possibilities, I guess what I'm saying is you're not alone in this. Like, there's so many of you experiencing this, but what I'm seeing with the adjacent possibilities is that your mind, it's not even your mind, like you're being shown multiple options. Okay, it's almost like you know the shell game where you put something under, like you have like 3 cups that are the same and you put like the marble under the cup and you switch them around. It's almost like the universe is refusing to show you exactly what the outcome is going to be, so that you can be surprised. I just see like they're showing you multiple different options. For whatever's coming in the future. I feel like this anxiety is bringing up the need to try and predict the future, or to plan out, or to sort of worry about what the outcome is going to be. And I feel like you're kind of being blocked from that because you're meant to just trust and know and feel that connection between the two of you and allow that to soothe your anxiety. It's very interesting. There's whatever group this is, there's a lot. Like there's something about to happen. Okay. All right. So recent event that has provided healing and awareness. So we have a woman with a coin, and whenever I get this, it is kind of Queen of Wands energy. But I feel like this is the divine feminine energy. And again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, it's whatever you identify with the most. I feel like this is about stepping into your own empowerment. Okay, we could talk about financial abundance, because a lot of you, even myself included, have been doing the work to bring in the abundance. The abundance is starting to show up. However, I feel like money is just a vibration, right? So money isn't actually the be all end all, but I just feel like a lot of you are just sitting on your thrones right now and really just reveling in who you are. And that's allowed. It's almost like the divine masculine energy was like, I can never move forward because I can't really see how to do it. So there's anxiety. The anxiety was at a dull roar because it's like, well, there's nothing I can do about it anyway. But when the divine feminine energy this pushed forward in her own way, it almost opened a door for the divine masculine, and now he's freaking out because he can actually walk through it. All right, let's get some clarification on this recent event that has allowed healing and awareness for the connection. In the connection, I should say, too. Both. Okay, there's too many there. There's too many. Let's get one more, and then we'll roll with some clarification. Maybe you won't give me one more. You're just gonna have to accept that. Yeah. It's like, pick the one up off the floor. Yeah. So we have the devil, and this is very interesting because we have Capricorn here, we have Cancer here, and we have Aries Pisces energy. And I'm seeing a triangle, like a three party. But the devil is about entrapment, right? Codependency. The Four of Cups is about boredom and discontentment. And I just feel like the energy is dissolving, like it's resolving itself. The codependent, I know it doesn't want to be in my hand. The feeling trapped, right? Like I talked about a door opening. It's almost like the cage was opened and all they have to do now is walk through it. However, I am getting a very interesting energy that some of them may not have the courage yet to walk through it, so they may be pushed through it by the universe. That's very, very interesting. But I feel like I shouldn't say you. I don't know if it's feminine or masculine watching this. It's probably feminine, but I feel like you yourself was trapped you were trapped by your own codependencies and keeping yourself in this state of boredom and discontentment. It can come in very small forms of just, let's say an example. I'm a server, right? I serve food. And I think I made like $60 the other night in tips. And I was hoping to make 80. So it's that boredom and discontentment. It's that codependency to not being happy, right? Being like, oh, well, I really wanted to make 80. But I made $60 and that was more than what I came with, right? So it's sort of that energy. That's what's been healed. That's what has gained awareness in this connection moving forward. So it's sort of just that mindfulness, that being present, that being grateful, that has shifted your energy and allowed the masculine energy to shift and open up the pathway for them. So that's really, really interesting. Okay. So let's see, where are you at in this connection? Yeah, we have indecision. It's been interesting because I feel like there's indecision there, usually on the divine masculine's part. But for the feminine energy, because I do feel like this is just how I read, and I just have to accept it. The indecision, okay? The indecision is very interesting because usually it's the masculine that has trouble with decision because they can't differentiate between the soul and the physical. But for the feminines, okay, for some of you, and this is going to be really important for you to understand, the indecision comes because consciously you're saying I want this, but subconsciously there's still fear there. So there's like a back and forth, there's an indecision. Some of you are getting to a point where you're feeling so good about yourself, you don't want to deal with the drama of the connection anymore. So you're having struggles with deciding if this is for you or not. Another group of you, because there's so many coming in right now, are struggling with wondering if this is real. If this is actually a twin flame connection or a deep soul connection. Okay. So I think let's get some clarification on that. And we'll see which actually fits. I'm going to shuffle. It's interesting that we can convince ourselves mind-wise of what we want, but if our heart, it's what our heart wants, but it's almost like our brain is, it's a childhood stuff is what I'm hearing. It's childhood stuff, like trying to protect yourself from this kind of intensity, trying to protect yourself because you can't predict the future, you can't predict what it's going to be like, but you're not meant to. You're meant to trust that no matter what happens, you can handle it. So let's get some clarification on this indecision. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. So some of you, okay, the majority of you even maybe, it was really genuinely the latter. It was the middle one I think that had come through. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. Some of you are like, for so long, depended on the other person to make you happy. So some of you were so dependent for a long time on this other person making you happy. When you shifted to your own needs and started making yourself happy, you were kind of like, you're kind of wondering, what is the whole point of this person being in my life? And this isn't going to resonate with everyone, okay? Because the Queen of Pentacles is all about taking care of herself. She radiates, she self-love, self-care, makes her own bank, sows her own seeds. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles and we have legacy, okay? And then we have the Sun, which is pretty much the happiest card in the deck, and clarification. What I think is happening with this, though, is that you are trying to calibrate and figure out and make a decision about what you want based on your own happiness. And what I'm hearing is really important to be mindful of, is that you're comparing your happiness to a previous state of being with this other person. So this is going to be complicated. I'm going to try and lay out what I'm being told because it's coming in pretty strong, but it's coming in fast. So for those of you that have had relationships with this person in the past, even though you've experienced sun-like moments or happy moments, the majority of it was very tumultuous, right? Because that's the energy of the connection. Okay, that's the energy. It purges all of those things that come up. And sorry, I'm knocking stuff over. And everything in interaction with this person has been intense. And right now you're feeling inner peace. So you're wondering if it's worth continuing to pursue this because you're really liking how you're feeling right now. But here's the kicker. It wasn't the other person that made you feel bad about yourself. It was your own inner toxicity that you took on as a child that made you feel bad about yourself. So it stands to reason, and it stands to reason that if you are shifting into an organic, peaceful state, that then so are they, and then so will the connection, because you mirror each other. Okay, so it's not, you've changed so much that the relationship is going to be something new altogether. And that's really important to remember because you're basing your future possibilities on the limited experience you have. Okay. All right, let's see. What is the next one we have here? All right. How are you helping them energetically right now? You're helping them cross the victory line. That's what I heard very clearly. You're helping them find their way to victory. All right, let's get some clarification on that. I legit just I just saw golden breadcrumbs. Golden breadcrumbs to the treasure. Okay, so on an energetic level, when you're in this state, like look at her. Look at her. Look at how much she radiates. She's like a beacon. She's like a beacon of hope, right? Energetically. She's aligned. She's calling in all of the things that are for her greatest and highest good. And that is what's happening right now. Okay, that is what's happening energetically in this connection. No, what's up, flip? Yeah. Joy, bounty, community. Yeah. See, look at this. Look at this. Lining a trail. Lining a trail. Mapping out. Yeah. Okay. So it's almost like you're energetically on a soul level, your higher self has created a treasure map for them to follow. And consciously on a physical level, they're not going to understand this. There's just going to be these little synchronicities and things they're being guided to end up in one place or another. But it will end up in a meeting. You will run into them. You'll have coffee with them. They will be led to you. And it's on an energetic level that's happening. Because they need help being coaxed out of the cage. And every time you do things for yourself, every time you take care of yourself, every time you quote unquote, put yourself first, you're leading the way, because they need to learn to put themselves first in some way. And that requires courage, right? So if you can show them, or you can help them feel what courage feels like on an energetic level, it helps clear the things that were blocking them from getting out of that cage. Okay. No pressure or anything, no. You're really just doing what you're doing, and you're taking care of you. That's it. You're not doing anything. You're not reaching out to them. This isn't a physical adaptation. This is a very energetic adaptation. Okay. So how are they helping you right now energetically? Yeah. Believe it or not, they're helping you free yourself. Okay. Let's get some clarification on this all tied up. So we have Judgment, and I'm being guided to read from the book on this one. So this read is going to be a little bit longer today, guys, just because that is what's coming through. All right, for Judgment. And it's this deck here. It's a beautifully drawn deck. The imagery is incredible, and the stuff they have, the written stuff they have is really, really good. So we're looking for Judgment, which is just before the World. Okay. how do you work with the energy of judgment? Are you free and easy with how you dish it out, in turn allowing others to do the same when it comes to judging you? Or are you forgiving, compassionate, and understanding exactly how you would want others to be if you found yourself on the other side of a judgment-filled glare? Judgment is a mindset more than anything. It is a standard we have set for how we decided what actions are good and what actions are bad. In turn, judgment leads us to decide how actions should be or should not be punished. Everything seems fine until you fall prey to your own rules. Think carefully about how you deal with judgment today. Maybe in this instance, you can be the shaman and help release someone else from their burden of guilt and shame. So what I love about that, guys, is, and I'm going to say this because I have clients that do this. I've done it myself in some way. We judge our masculines. We do. We think that, it's so easy to just, we judge them for what they do, but we don't want to be judged, right? But they're teaching us, because we feel them, we feel who they truly are. They're teaching us not to judge. They're teaching us to be patient, compassionate, and empathetic to what they're going through. Okay? And that's not an easy thing. It's our knee-jerk reaction to judge someone else. Well, you made me feel this way, right? But they're helping us energetically. They're helping us shift out of that so that we can be in this energy, that we can have hope that this energy exists without judgment, that we can sit in this creativity and passion and inspired life, okay? The only thing stopping us from doing that is the judgment we have, and they're helping us work through our judgment. Okay, that is how they're helping. That is how they're helping you. They're helping you work through your own judgment. And this judgment isn't limited to the masculines. It's limited to it's inclusive of ourselves as well, right? Judging ourselves. But you can't judge where love exists. So they're very good at doing that, because it's almost like if it's almost like we wouldn't tolerate, you wouldn't tolerate that behavior from anyone else. And it's not even about tolerating, it's about digging deeper to find out why and being more understanding and compassionate in that regard, right? It's not an easy thing to do, and it's not something that happens all the time. We still fall prey to our ego when our ego decides to take over, but predominantly, more and more, you'll notice you're judging people less, you're judging yourself less, and that's due to how they're helping us energetically, helping the feminines. Okay, so what is currently evolving and healing in the connection? I do appreciate that the majority of this read isn't very specific to people, but that's just how it's coming through today. Okay. So currently evolving and healing. Oh my goodness. I love this card when it comes out, you guys. Look at that. It is the Magician and the Mirror. This is probably one of the more predominant twin flame cards in this deck. And it's an 8, it's a power, there's an infinity sign. We have the blue, we have the ice and the fire, we have a mirror, okay? So the connection itself is currently healing and evolving. Let's get some clarification on that. We got lots of clarification. Okay. So the first one that came out was, look at that. So for some of you, you will feel an intense longing. For feminine energy, the feminines, we felt longing for a long time, okay? But it's amplified right now because the masculine's longing is also joining in on that. So you're going to feel it intensified right now. But that longing is meant to be there. It's meant to remind both that the connection exists and that it's there for a reason, right? It's to come back together. And again, how you come together is based on your soul contract. So don't think, you might not come together forever if that's not what you want. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to limit or take somebody down the wrong path, if you will. Then the King of Swords popped out, and it was actually the first one that was front facing. And this can be harsh or cruel words, but there's a certain excerpt from this particular this particular deck that really stands out, and I'm going to read it to you. So I'm going to read another piece because I don't want to butcher it, basically. So it says, the King of Swords has gained a position of mastery. He has earned his title through hard work and discipline. He bears the full front of the responsibilities that lands on his shoulders. He alone must do what is required in the time it will take. Okay, so he teaches us what it means to be committed to our ideas and beliefs. He shows us how to master our minds and fulfill our tasks through action. Never underestimate the importance of the role and the ideals you live by. Okay, so this is all about standing in your truth. Okay, and really, it doesn't matter how cold the wind is blowing, but it also speaks about the fact that sometimes you have to stand alone. And what this means to me, especially with the twin flame journey or a deep soul connection journey, okay, it means that sometimes the work has to be done as individuals in order to stand in our own power. Okay, and that is what is healing and evolving. Yeah. We have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Page of Pentacles. And what I got from this, again, it's coming through very strongly in a lot of the readings I'm doing, is the higher selves of the two parts are coming together to work together to create magic in the reality. Okay. It's almost like in phase one, they were here, they were separated. Like I talked about this before, where they were working apart, and now they're on like phase two where they're working together. They're working together to, again, I keep seeing these like golden breadcrumbs. Things have been put in place already to create this connection, physical reunion. This is what's evolving right now, because the two of you are standing in your truth. You're standing in your own beliefs, in your own truth, in your own mastery. So you can come together as masters, but they're excited. Like it's an excited energy. Like they're almost like it's almost like kids, like parents watching their kids open Christmas gifts on Christmas morning. Like that's what it feels like to me coming through from them. So I think that's really exciting. All right, next step in the journey. So this could be blockages that need to be removed. This could be what's going to happen, kind of, or what is the next step that has to happen. Interesting. We have I say that a lot, by the way, third chakra, so the solar plexus chakra and journey. Okay, so what I heard was to act on the choice to choose yourself, but to decide to, there might be travel here, but I just feel like the choice to move forward with confidence. The choice to move forward with confidence. Okay, let's see what else that has to say. The choice to move forward with confidence. Okay, because I feel like the overall energy is anxiety, but we kind of get that way. And sometimes we confuse anxiety for nervous excitement. Okay. So I think let's get some clarification on this next step in the journey. So I do see a surprise happening, something coming out of the blue, that's going to rewrite the physical reality, and I just heard showstopper. Like, I don't think your brains can comprehend what this is going to look like. And I feel like we hear that a lot. It's not going to be something you expect, and it's not going to be how you expected, but it's going to be so much better. Because we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Wands, okay? And I just feel like it's going to be, I'm hearing game changer. It's going to change the game. It's going to change the game, the game board with which you play on. Okay. So stop worrying about where all your puzzle pieces are. because the universe is putting them in the appropriate places for you. You just have to keep being you. You just have to keep doing you and healing yourself. And, you know, continue, for some of you, finding tribe, connecting with other people that are going through this. It's going to make you feel so exponentially much better, so much better about yourself. And for those of you who have been doing that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to see what the archangels have to say. We got some advice. They're usually pretty good. They're pretty bang on with some advice and how you can take this forward. We will get into an extended version. The extended version is $15 Canadian. It can be purchased through the link in the description box below, but we go more into the physical part of the Divine Masculine's energy. So what's on their mind? What are they feeling in their emotions? What are they currently dealing with in the physical? How are they viewing you and the connection? How do they want to move forward with you? Near future outcome and message from their higher self. Ooh. Okay, so we got the archangels are going crazy. Also, if you want to be notified when videos are posted, please hit the subscribe button with the bell beside it. The bell is actually what notifies or creates a notification for you. Otherwise, you are subscribed to me, but you might not know when I post. Wow. We have leap of faith and the wheel. Okay, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy, new beginnings, end of delays, change in direction that offers happiness. Okay, you are not going to see the change in direction coming because you're not meant to. It's a blind corner. You just have to keep moving forward and trust that no matter what comes around that corner, you got it handled because you've done an exponential amount of work on yourself. And it's time to really trust and have faith in that and your creativity. There's something about creativity here. Everything you've done, how you've gone about healing yourself, how you've gone about learning about the connection, learning about your own self has been creative, and it's time to thrive in that because creativity isn't just an artistic ability. All right, be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing day.